Good morning learners. Today we are going to learn about listening skills. Let's discuss first what is communication. Communication has four language skills: listening, speaking, reading and writing. We start learning a language through listening first. First we listen a language, then we produce a language, then we read a language and we write a language. No communication process is completed without listening. Now there is one question: when do we start learning listening? Isn't it an amazing question? Yes, it is. Generally, baby develops ears at the age of 18 weeks. Meaning is that when mother is pregnant, baby start listening everything. So listening is the first skill which we learn. If we talk about business, almost we spend 45% of our time in communication in listening. Now I would like to say a quote from the Ernest Hemingway. I like to listen. I have learned a great deal from listening carefully. Most people never listen. Every good conversation starts with good listening. We need to listen someone, then and then communication can be proper. One of the most sincere forms of the respect is actual listening to what another has to say. Let's go for the listening definition. How to define the term listening? Listening means receiving a message, try to understand the message, and you give a reaction to the message. For example, very simple example we can take. What is your name? You get the answers very quickly. My name is this. So you try to listen words, you try to understand it, and then you give a reaction. Now, what research survey says? Research survey says that whatever we listen, we forget 50% of listening. And out of 50, 20 to 30% is incorrect. Now, how to differentiate hearing and listening? Now, what is hearing? Hearing is a physical act. While in listening, you listen, you receive a message, you understand and give a reaction. In hearing, we never give any response. Now, when we are learning something, we have fan is on, but we hear the noise of the fan and we listen to the teacher's words. You can either hear or listen. Hearing is the function of the ear and listening is the action of the heart. Let's understand what is active listening. Now, to be active listener must be genuinely interested in learning something. When you listen actively, you check understanding that whether you understand or not. You try to understand the speaker's feelings and body language. You paraphrase the message given by the sender and you go for the verification also. Now what is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing means whatever you understand, whatever you listen, you need to understand in your own words, in your own language. You retell the story. That is called paraphrase. Now what is verification? Every time when you communicate, if you verify the message, if you have any doubt, you ask a question to the sender. It is called verification. Now, important points in active listening. You need to pay attention in active listening. You need to give response to the speaker. Let's take an example. For example, you call your friends, right? And you do not speak anything. What happens? Your friend will say hello, hello, hello many times, and you may feel the difference in a variation in a pronunciation, in a sounds, because you need to give response. We need response. Now, when two people are talking to something, they need to give a response. Response can be yes, yeah, okay, great, acha. So these are the non-verbal response given by the listener. Second thing, what you need to keep in care. You should keep care that you should not have a noise in between. You should avoid side-tracking conversations. Do not prepare any mentally arguments. When you want to be active listener, you are not supposed to prepare anything mentally. So this is called active or reflective listening. Now what is reflective listening? When you listen something, there is a reflection goes back on the brain. It is called reflective listening. Let's go for the passive listening. Now there is a difference between active and passive. In active, we give response to the sender. In a passive listening, listener do understand the message, but they do not verify it. They do not give any response. It is called passive listening. It doesn't mean they don't understand. They do understand, but they do not give any answer. Let's take an example. For example, if you watch a movie, you're watching a movie, you give a reaction. Reaction can be upon your face, it can be non-verbal reaction, you can shout, you can be very happy, it is a reaction. Meaning is that you listen actively. Okay friends, now we will see in the next session the types of listening. Thank you very much.